Hi, this is Ted Kelly with another Ted's Hospitality Minute. Hey, today we've got a super great guest on our show, Yatish Patel with Sycamore Investments. And we're going to let Yatish come on and tell us a little bit more about what's going on over there and how those guys are faring during the COVID crisis. Yatish, welcome aboard. How are you doing this morning?
Very, very well, thank you. How are you, Ted? I appreciate you having me on.
Hey, no
This
worries.
is,
I appreciate you giving us the time. So tell us a little bit about you and Sycamore Investments and kind of how you guys got in the hotel business.
yeah. So I actually, I was born in Africa, and I actually moved to Greenville in late '78. And when we moved here, we started in the hotel business right away. My dad found a property in downtown Greenville, and
Wow.
that's how I was 6, 7 years old and running the front desk, cleaning rooms. And I've been doing that ever since, pretty much. That's the way I feel, either my house or another hotel, right? But it's that's kind of how it was really how we started, and it was we've for years and years. It was just a mom and pop business between me and my dad, um, and it's more after I graduated college that I really got into the franchise building hotels. And I was 23, and I signed the first deal with the Hampton Inn. And so that's really how Sycamore didn't start till about 10, 11 years ago, but that's really how we got into this hotel, the franchise hotel business. And
Okay.
it's for us, it's been very positive. I've, I've loved most about it. Few things like this, we've been through in the last 20 years, we've been through 9/11, definitely hurt the hotel business. The economy, '08 through '09, definitely
Yeah.
did some damage. And then
Yeah.
now in COVID. And it's been one of those things where, unfortunately for us, we have built hotels every year that's happened. And we have seen, and we've opened them during it, we've built through it, and it's been that just like I'm doing right now. It's been a learning process every time. There's been three different situations with development and developmental issues,
Right.
outside world, not internally with us. It's just
Right. Right. Right.
things we cannot control. But
That is awesome, man. So it sounds like you guys have stayed the course no matter what was going on with the weather, so to speak. That's
right.
that's a strong story right there. So how are you guys doing now? You guys are building new projects. You're just kind of maintaining where you are as you kind of ride through this storm, or what are you guys up to right now?
So our general game plan with Sycamore is that we build about two hotels within 2 years. So we will start the true projects around the 2 year mark and kind of stagger one opening after another opening in a 2 year span, and then kind of move on to the next 2 years where we'll look at another project development and kind of so forth. And the way I say that is most of our developments in the past we built in Tennessee, Georgia, and but we've sold all those properties, and now our focus is South Carolina and Florida. So we're on the developmental side, we are close to opening a hotel in Florida, which has actually been really slowed down due to the COVID. We lost about 4 months just because we couldn't get furniture for the hotel.
Yeah.
Just it was most of hotel furniture comes from China, and there was
Yeah.
no, as you know, no ports. There was not letting nothing in, so that hurt us a lot. So we should get that one open here in the next month or so, with things opening up a little bit. The other development that we're doing right now is in downtown Greer, and that's one of that's a big highlight for us because it was a almost a 3 year process to work with the city and the land parcels. We bought 3 acres of land there, and we're developing Hampton Inn, 108 units, 68,000 square foot retail space,
Wow.
with the city building a 320 unit parking deck. So this development, the true groundbreaking, probably started just about April with the dirt for the foundation of the hotel. But it took me a year and a bit just for knocking down. There was 8 buildings on 3.5 acres, that 3 acres I had to knock down, and
Wow.
it was also a environmental issue site, which I ended up purchasing. and then have to work that with DHEC. So it took a year and a half to get to this process where I am now. And we just about 2 weeks ago, we finished the foundation and the slab, and we're going to get vertical here very shortly. So that particular project is we're looking forward to it. It's close to BMW. It's in the heart of Greer, and Greer's put a lot of funds into with the city, with people coming in, with new buildings, new restaurants, everything. And Greer,
Yeah,
they've done a really great job.
I've
And
heard
so we're
great
very
things
excited.
about Greer. I have not been down there, but I've heard great things about Greer and the developments going on down there. And I've got to take a ride through there and see what's going on, because I have not been just in the Greer vicinity, where I've got time to kind of go and drive through and kind of
Right.
check out the spots. But what's the anticipated opening for the project in Greer? Is that next year sometime?
Yes, we're looking at fall next year.
Okay.
My goal is August, September. We should hit it. We should come pretty close.
Yeah.
One thing with us, we can't get too far ahead of the parking garage. Or sorry, too far. We got to make sure the garage is open, because I literally the parking garage is my parking spots for the hotel. So I
Yeah.
can't open before that. So,
Kind of hard to have guests without a place to park, right?
exactly. And Greer just isn't there yet for valet service, right? So it's a great town, but it's just not ready for valet.
Yeah, yeah. Well, wow, that is excellent, man. It sounds like you guys, I've heard with some of my other guests, they've got either kind of projects that got put on hold, or some of the, it's kind of like two different spectrums. Folks are putting things on hold, or guys see it as a great time to really be doing renovation or building projects, and those are just going like gangbusters. So it's kind of nothing in the middle. It's like
Right.
this side or that side. So it sounds like you guys didn't put the brakes on anything. You kind of kept mushing and kept everything going forward.
Well, like I said, this is the third time we've built through this type of environment. And I hate to use the word hostile, but it's not a friendly hospitality environment right now. And
Right.
us knowing what was coming and what we were going, we could have stopped it. But I told me and my partners, which are my brothers and my brother-in-law, and we've been through this before. Let's just go through it. Let's just get it done. And there'll be the light will be at the end of the tunnel. And once we open, everything should be hopefully back to normal.
Wow. Excellent. Excellent. So got the Greer project coming on. The Florida project, did that open then? As you're up
No,
and
not
running?
yet. They're still about a month and a half away. Again, mainly just waiting on the fine tuning things with a little bit of furniture here, a little bit of furniture there, and just getting
Yeah.
things organized.
I was gonna say, I think the concern with Florida right now is it seems like the COVID cases are spiking back up again. I don't know, every time I think we're kind of hitting the peak and, hoping things are going to kind of subside, it looks like it kind of goes the other way. So I don't know, how is that going to impact, or do you guys give it much thought how it might impact your opening down there in Florida?
Well, we have existing properties there, and probably the one that got hurt the most is we have a property at SeaWorld, and with the parks being closed, that's a 120 unit property, and for about a 3-4 month span, there was like 5 guests a night, and
Wow.
that's tough. That property is one of the high turnover properties, because they're churning and burning. People coming for Disney World, SeaWorld, and everything, and there's a lot of rooms in Orlando, so I can't just say it was us. I mean,
Right,
there's a
right.
lot, yeah.
It's a
And
destination.
we were fortunate. Our properties, survived and lasted. So we're seeing the uptick now. Greenville downtown has been a little slower than the rest, but Florida's picked up a little bit. Our Aiken properties, our Columbia property, they've picked up. So we're seeing good things happening, and we're seeing things move forward. Um, I have friends and family members who weren't as lucky, who literally had to turn in the keys because they just couldn't. They had large properties. They had to shut down or turn in keys. And friends of mine, I mean, we're talking 400 unit property that they had to shut down,
Wow.
and it was just it's just what it was. And again, it's crazy because this very similar to what happened in 10, 11 years ago in 08, 09, where friends of mine and family had to turn in keys because they just couldn't run them anymore, and they were just losing money. And when I say turning keys, the banks were at that time, banks got hit really hard, and so there was no help. And now it's one of those situations where you have to really work with the banks to try to help you out, and not everybody gets that help. So.
Yeah. Well, that's a testimony again to you guys, because you must have some pretty strong relationships to be able to keep your project going, because it looks like, there's probably going to be some folks that have to probably hand back some keys here from the way it's looking. I hope not, but like I said, every time I think this thing looks like it's about to start settling down, and it's like it spikes back up, and that's like, that's not good for the hospitality industry, because we're already getting beat down to the curb pretty well.
Right.
But
And the people I've been talking to, it looks like our goal is maybe April of next year, getting back to what our numbers should be.
yeah,
That's still a long way away. I mean, we're just about to hit August, and April feels a year. I mean, it feels forever, right?
yeah,
It's like, what are we going to do between now and April? So, there's a lot of concern, and it's just like people like us just keeping what we have, our development process, what we're doing. We just got to keep focused on that, and hopefully everything kind of just falls in place for the rest of it.
yeah. I think you're right about that. Hopefully I think Greenville is such a kind of nice destination in between two metropolitan markets like Atlanta and Charlotte, that it kind of keeps some type of activity. But to your point, I've driven through downtown, and I'm like, man, this is I'm not used to being able to get a parking space over,
Right,
this
exactly.
close up. But Greenville's got quite a few hotels going up down there as well. So I
Yeah,
think
there is.
we're insulated a little bit, and we're nice, kind of in a niche little market. But man, I just want to say thanks again for giving us a few minutes of your time and telling us a little bit about what you guys are up to. It sounds like it's a lot of great stuff, and we appreciate you giving us a few minutes today. All right. So
Thank you very much, Ted. I appreciate it.
if you'd like to learn more about Sycamore Investments, you can reach out to Yatish at sycamoreinvestments.com. This has been another Ted's Hospitality Minute. Thanks so much for joining us. You guys have a great day.